A win for either team here potentially set up a third-place finish in the table. Ireland unbeaten in their last 8 matches at home in the championship. Scotland looking for a third straight win for the first time since the inception of the Six Nations. Tommy O'Donnell for Josh van der Fleer, the only change in the Irish starting 15. Scotland with 3 changes: Duncan Weir, Ryan Wilson and Tim Swinson all coming into the side. Scoring chances were scarce in the early stages, and it was Johnny Sexton with a 5th-minute penalty who opened the scoring. And this successful kick took Sexton past David Humphreys in the all-time scoring list for Ireland. And the Leinster out-half added 3 more points in the 12th minute when WP Nell was penalised by referee Pascal Gauzer. It was 45 metres out, but the Ireland number 10 struck the kick well, and it was 6-0 for Joe Schmidt's men. The Scots got their first points on the board shortly after that. Greg Laidlaw has been an incredibly consistent kicker for them, and the captain reached the 500-point milestone for his country with that effort to bring it back to 6 points to 3. Scotland coach Vern Cotter won't have been pleased when his side gave away another very kickable penalty just after that, and Sexton stroked it over to make it 9 points to 3. The game was struggling to come to life until midway through the first half, when a Murray kick was collected by Stuart Hogg, who spotted the gap and charged between Rory Best and Mike Ross before racing away for one of the best individual tries of the championship. A brilliant score from the Glasgow full-back. Ireland will analyse how the gap opened up, but he took his opportunity ruthlessly, and when Laidlaw added the extras, Scotland were 10-9 in front. Then came a turning point. The concession of penalties had been a problem for the Scots throughout the first half, and the referee's patience eventually ran out with John Barclay receiving a yellow card on his 50th appearance for his country.
You came from the side and you killed the ball. I have just one option. You're not supporting. Right.
With Barclay in the bin for 10 minutes, Ireland took advantage of their numerical superiority to score 2 tries. The first of them came when the home side were pressing from close range, the Scots just about holding out. CJ Stander, who's been one of the stars for Ireland during this campaign, took responsibility and dived over the line American football style. The TMO was asked to review the incident for a possible obstruction by Ireland in the lead up to the score, but the referee was advised that he could award the try to the relief of Stander, and Sexton converted for a 16-10 lead.
Before this work.
A second Irish try came shortly after that, one that could have been avoided from the visitors' point of view. Calamitous defending from Hogg and Seymour allowed Keith Earls pick up and run to the line for a try on his 50th appearance for Ireland. The loss of Barclay was proving very costly for Scotland. Earls' 17th try for his country, and although Sexton was wide with the conversion, Ireland now had an 11-point lead, 21 points to 10. Just before the break, Scotland had the chance to narrow the gap to 8 points with another Laidlaw penalty, and although he was kicking from distance, the Scottish number 9 put it over the bar with plenty to spare, and it left a half-time score of Ireland 21, Scotland 13. The men in green added to that lead in the 48th minute, when after a period of sustained pressure, the Scottish defence was creaking. The Irish maul was causing the Scots all sorts of problems. The attackers remained patient. Heaslip drove for the line but was held up, but eventually Conor Murray picked his spot and sniped over the line past the despairing tackle of Ali Dickinson for his 3rd try in this season's campaign. Murray, an expert finisher from close range, and when Sexton converted, it was 28-13. Although 15 points behind, Scotland refused to lie down and they put Ireland under huge pressure in the corner, and they got an important score to get back in the game when big second row Richie Gray was in plenty of space to run over. Ireland committed to defence in the corner and undermanned in the centre as the Castres second row had a clear run to the line. Laidlaw converted and it was back to 28-20. it was Scotland who had the momentum, hoping to end a run of 8 defeats in 9 away matches to Ireland, but they were reduced to 14 men for the second time in the game in the 68th minute when Alex Dunbar saw yellow for dangerously tipping Sexton over while clearing out the ruck. It was another significant moment, and yet again Ireland pressed home their numerical advantage with another score. As Ireland drove towards the Scots line, the ball was played out to Jamie Heaslip, who found Devon Toner, and the big second row dived over from distance for another Irish try. Toner using every inch of his 6'10" to get over. After the score, there was unnecessary pushing and shoving under the posts before the referee restored order. Sexton converted and Ireland led 35-20. Late in the game, as tempers flared once more, Sexton was sin-binned as Ireland were penalised for repeated infringements close to their line. And the Scots would score a lovely try to round off the scoring. Some wonderful passing, including a sweet flick from Duncan Taylor to Alex Dunbar, who coasted over for the try. Good work from Vern Cotter's men, particularly Taylor, with that pass to Dunbar. Laidlaw missed the conversion, but it was all too little too late for the Scots. They couldn't make any further inroads on the Irish lead, and at the full-time whistle, it was a 10-point victory for the home side. With the France-England game still to come, Ireland knew it would either be 3rd or 4th place in the table. For the Scots, it would be 4th or 5th, depending on the outcome in Paris. One notable statistic for the Scots was that they finished with a positive scoring difference for the first time in the Six Nations era. Final score at the Aviva Stadium: Ireland 35, Scotland 25.